Hello, my love. ¿Cómo está mi corazón? I am so happy right now that I'm catching this sun and the lighting is perfect and natural and it's everything to me right now. I am coming to you with Mati. Isn't this cup so cute? I found it at, what is it, TJ Maxx, and I saw it and I was like, that's for me. It's purple, it's magical, it's witchy, it's all. And I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't. And then I decided to go ahead and buy it. And I'm like, this was the best purchase I've ever made. Anyways, I am so excited to talk to you about this topic today. I think it's something that we need to really become aware of. This is something that I've been practicing for a really long time. This is actually something that I've had in my heart forever, and it's following your own intuition. And I'm going to be talking about a couple of stories that I've experienced myself, and of course, as you know, I never have anything scripted. I just go with the flow. And before I get with the flow, I wanted to go ahead and make two announcements. If you are interested in joining the Gratitude Challenge, be sure to do so. It starts January 10th. You've got a couple of days to make a choice if you want to join or not. And also, I have gone ahead and decided to create a separate way of working with me. Shorter term. I know that 3 months is a little bit too long if you aren't sure if this is for you or not, but if you love my energy and you still want to go ahead and see if hey, maybe I want to go ahead and work with her, I do have 90-minute sessions available. I think it's so much better than an hour. And on top of that, you're going to be able to work with me through Voxer for a week after our session has been completed. So I think that's a win-win. And I would love to go ahead and connect with you. If you have any questions about it, definitely let me know. I am a love and confidence coach, but I don't want to limit myself to that. It's all about really loving yourself, focusing on you, and following your intuition, which is this week's topic. And I'm really excited about it because I actually was experiencing this the other day where it's just even the smallest things. I was cooking some dumplings and I was putting them on our dishes, and I knew that a dumpling was gonna fall, and I didn't make the shift. I didn't go ahead and actually listen to that little voice in my head. And there are two voices in your head, by the way, and you're gonna think I'm crazy, but this is just how I go ahead and go through life. Because there is your ego voice, the one that always tells you you're not good enough, the one that tells you how are you gonna make it, or all of these negative things. That's your ego. For me, an example is I believe that I'm a procrastinator and that I don't complete things, but I've completed things in my life. I've had to actually think of what have I completed? I'm I went ahead and completed my car payments. I'm really great financially. I have committed through relationships and everything like that. I have completed my high school, right? There are people that don't complete their high school career. I have just been able to complete things, and I have to remove that vocabulary word procrastination out of my life. And then you have to realize why are you procrastinating? What's the reason behind it? And that's usually fear-based. You're self-sabotaging yourself from your own career or friendships or relationships, whatever you want to go ahead and think of. And then there is your higher self, your intuition, your gut telling you certain things, and that's also protecting you. And then your ego may be reckless, things like that. I don't want to say it's good or bad, but it is, your higher self is trying to put you on the right path. And then there's your ego that is trying to keep you comfortable, and all you already know, nothing grows from there, right? We already know that. So I was this is really great, because most of us are in this place that we don't go ahead and listen to our intuition. We actually ignore it and we avoid it, and we listen to others instead of ourselves. But this is a time where you need to go ahead and connect with yourself. And I this is for me, it comes naturally. For others, it may not, or maybe you have blocked it for so long, you don't know what to actually listen to. So I can give you an example of when this happened to me. And I believe I mentioned this in one of my videos previously, but when I manifested Sam, I kind of was in fear of dating him because, one, he was my best friend. And from my previous relationships, it only lasted for 3 months. If he and I did not work out, I would have been devastated if I lost my best friend because a relationship didn't work. And I can't say that I can't keep friendships with my exes, but it just wouldn't be the same. You know, you make that connection and then afterwards, like, you're going to see that person fall in love with somebody else and that's not you. And it's like, you fucked up, you know? But I'm so happy that it happened the way it did. I actually did go ahead and break up with him the first week when we started dating, and I thought he was a pushover. I thought he was weak. I thought that he wasn't gonna go ahead and be able to like put his foot down and set boundaries and be walked all over. And I broke up with him. And that night that I broke up with him, I had a dream that told me, was like, you're making the mistake. This is your person. You need to go ahead and fix it because he is going to make you happy. He is actually the person that you have been looking for. And I did it. I put my pride aside and I went ahead and called him, and it was a little rough. Like, it was embarrassing because I broke up with someone that was really good, but that was a lesson that I needed to learn. So with that being said, I also didn't listen to other people's opinions, because when I started dating Sam, I was super happy and I was moving in this direction of like, this was my person, right? Like, this is my home, this is my safety, my security, my support. And my mom being my mom and going through her own experiences, because she also was in love with someone that had kids prior to their relationship. And for her, it didn't work out. And when I decided to go ahead and get married, she actually told me, she's like, it's gonna be hard when you are the second wife, when you are the stepmom. And she's right. She was right. It was hard. It is hard because being a stepmom, being the second wife, and communicating maybe with someone that's not easy to deal with, it can be frustrating and it can be difficult on you to the point where you want to go ahead and run away. But it's all worth it when you have someone that, like I said, supports you and communicates and works together as a team when it comes to your relationship. So that's another one thing too. When I knew about the person that I thought I had fallen in love with, well, there's 3 loves in your lives: your childhood love, the one that teaches you a lesson, and the one that's actually meant for you. That might be not the exact description, but that's what I can think of right now. I ended up falling in lust and love. It was toxic, but so many people kept telling me, right? Like, people that I actually cared for me, not that they wanted to like see me fail or anything. They kept telling me that this person was wrong for me, that I shouldn't continue on dating them or giving any chances. But my ego, or it is my ego, I wanted to go ahead and continue pursuing this and forgiving them. But then until I finally listened to my gut of like, this person is never going to choose you, I walked away. And then I was able to actually find love. One time I did listen to my heart, where I was dating a really great guy. I actually met him at a club and he was the bartender. And then everything was great. He set up dates. He liked to cook. He liked to go out to eat. He made sure that I was okay and everything like that. But he was not the one for me. He actually has some attributes that I did like from a man that Sam also has, which was fantastic. And I was able to be myself with Sam. With this other person, I wasn't. So what I'm trying to say is when you follow your heart, when you follow your intuition, when you follow your gut, you're going to be led to a path that's so much easier. But if you don't listen to it, you're going to go ahead, trip and fall on your face. And I'm being that honest because that's what's going to happen, because that happened to me. When I didn't listen to my own intuition, like I fell flat on my face. But for me, that's something that I needed to do in order to learn. That may be the case for you. So if you want to make things easier and you're unsure, I mean, I'm here, I'm open and ready to go ahead and assist you with how you want to go ahead and create your life. Hola corazón, just popping on here real quick to remind you to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, as it does help me in the algorithm and be able to share this video to more people that are in need of hearing my message and what I've got to say. And if you love what I talk about here on this channel, make sure to subscribe. I love to hang out and talk to you more. So until then, thank you again. I'm so happy to have you here. Love you. But if you want to go ahead and continue repeating that same lesson over and over again, I mean, be my guest. Like, go ahead and fall on your head and get your heart broken. I mean, that's something that happened to me. I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to go ahead and listen to the people that kept telling me like, hey, he's not for you. He doesn't deserve you. You're worthy of so much more. And I'm like, no, everything's fine. I love him. I wish I could have been like, you fucking idiot. But that's how life plays out. It was a lesson that I needed to learn. So what else can I tell you in regards to following your intuition? Oh, there is this actually one time we were in Miami with my girls, and I, off the bat, knew that this was not going to be a great experience. My friend found a promoter and gave her a flyer, obviously, and I wasn't there. It was her and my other friend, and he was like, oh, can I have a picture of the friend that's not there, meaning me? And I was like, a promoter doesn't care about how you look because it's all about the money, right? And when we arrived there, guys, we almost got sex trafficked. And that was the first time I ever came across that. I mean, I've heard of it in the news and everything, but that's the first time I've ever experienced it for myself. It didn't feel right. I told my friends, and I can be, like I said, a super serious person, but when I'm listening to my gut and something doesn't feel good, I'm not going to act like a happy-go-lucky person. So they were like, go ahead, come on, have some fun, enjoy it. I was like, that was me not following my heart, but I was still having my guard up. And then we went to the club, and something still wasn't feeling good. And I'm so glad that we ended up having drinks at the bar, but we bought those drinks. And the person that had invited my friend, the promoter, got upset that we got drinks there. I found that super fishy. And then the other people, which there were other girls invited, they were already like super drunk, and it was super early, like it was 11, which was really weird. I wish I could go back and help that other girl, but I was saving myself and my friends. My friend finally got the hint when the guy was hitting on her, and she was like, I'm not feeling this, let's go. We dipped out and we ran like across the street and lost this person. That's the one time I am so happy that I followed my own intuition and didn't ignore it and still had my guard up. Like, I can be a mama bear when it comes to the group of friends that I have. And when things don't feel right, listen to that. That is your body screaming at you. That is your intuition trying to get your attention. And one way you can go ahead and connect with your intuition, and I would say to practice this on a daily basis if possible, and I know you're probably going to be like, I don't want to do this. Meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. And I know that you're going to be like, I can't do that. My thoughts are always running. That's the whole point. Go ahead, start with 5 minutes, then increase your time 10 to 20 to 30 minutes. I know it's going to be hard. I know you're going to be like, my thoughts won't shut up. And that's okay. What you're trying to do here is connect with your body. And the way you connect with your body is taking deep breaths. Okay? So I would go ahead, if you're not ready to go ahead and do it on your own, listen to some guided meditations, research that here on YouTube. That's how I got started, and now I have started to do it on my own. I do it whenever I can. It doesn't have to be at a specific time, but if you want to do it in the morning while everybody is sleeping, fantastic. Go ahead and do that. And if not, try to find a time that works for you, either in the morning or in the evening, because everybody's sleeping, right? Nobody's got to bother you. Nobody needs your attention. Put your phone on silent and focus on you. This is a time where you're going to be selfish and you're going to go ahead and take some time to sit with your thoughts. Go ahead and have them run through. So when you're meditating, this is what I actually do, because I do have my thoughts running around, okay? So what you do is you take deep breaths, and then thoughts are going to come in. They're going to go ahead and start going crazy, and allow them to. And then when you notice that you are running on a rampage, focus on your breath again. And you're going to have to do this several times. And then before you know it, 5 minutes have gone. 10 minutes have gone, 20, 30. I mean, some go to an hour, but I'm not at that level yet. So that is one way you can go ahead and connect with your intuition. Also journal your thoughts out. And once you've done that, reread that thing that you wrote, because that's your emotions coming out. You're going to go ahead and self-reflect, and that's what we really need to do. So I hope this helps. I know it kind of was a little crazy and everything, but this is me. This is how I want to be showing up. And I just love being able to go ahead and help you guys out, because I know that it can be a little hard out there, a little stressful, and it gets you anxious, but we're not doing that. We're going to go ahead and heal ourselves. We're going to focus and love ourselves, and we're going to follow our intuition. So I hope you enjoyed this message, and until next week, I love ya.